that entire space has been buzzing, especially the auto ancillaries.
Absolutely, Cheryl. You know, a lot of news flows have been surrounding it in the at least last couple of trading sessions when we've seen, and over the weekend as well. But what all is happening in the space? Let's go across to Mamakshi to give us an understanding of why these auto ancillary space is a buzz this week.
Well, absolutely. When we look at all these auto ancillary names, like you rightly pointed out, they have been a buzz since the last few trading sessions, and a couple of factors for that are that the global supply chain issues are seen improving. Apart from that, India also remains a very strong export market as well. Apart from that, China Plus One strategy as well as the EV demand that has been increasing in the country is also propelling all these auto ancillary names in the trading sessions. Apart from that, when we look at some of the key acquisitions that have taken in this place, we've seen quite a lot of them coming in actually. The first one being from Samvardhana Motherson. Now they will be acquiring nearly 100% stake in SAS Auto System Technique. Now this company is actually a leading global provider of cockpit module assembly for the automotive industry, and that is coming in for an acquisition of nearly 540 million euros. Now this deal is currently valued at nearly at an EV to EBITDA of nearly 5.2 times, and this transaction is expected to be funded with a mix of internal accruals as well as debt, and the transaction is expected to be completed by quarter 2 of FY24. The acquisition can prima facie add nearly 10 to 15% to Samvardhana Motherson's revenue as well as EBITDA. Apart from that, Lumax Auto Technologies is also set to acquire nearly 75% stake in IAC's group's India business, and that is coming in at a value of nearly 587 crores. The deal is valued at 1.1 times EV to sales, and IAC is in fact a tier 1 interior system and component supplier. And lastly, Minda Corp has also acquired nearly 15.7% stake in Precold for nearly 400 crores as a financial investment, and the business update actually will be further described in the con call today at nearly 5 p.m. today. So on the back of that, we have a couple of factors for the auto ancillary names that are buzzing in trade, and they will be in focus on the back of all these acquisitions as well.
Thank you so much for that, Vamakshi, for putting into context what's happening in the auto ancillary space over the last 1 week. That particular space has been extremely busy. But let's bring on board our guests for today. We have Kunal Bothra as well as Ashish Maheshwari joining us on the show. But Kunal, good morning to you. Happy Monday to you. Happy new haircut as well. But let's talk about what's happening with the auto ancillary space. That's the one that's been buzzing off late. A lot of action taking place in the auto ancillary space. Yes, we undoubtedly talk a lot about the auto space, but auto ancs are equally an important part, isn't it?
Absolutely, Cheryl. Thank you so much for that. So, auto anc space, and in fact, one of the only subsectors, I'll call it subsectors, because the list of stocks over there are not too many stocks are listed into the F&O spaces. But then the list of stocks from the subsectors, that's the auto anc names, have been doing exceptionally well. And one of the stock which so, if, for example, Samvardhana Motherson is something which I recommended last week as well at 78, 79 mark. Looks very attractive, and I think post the news flow, the stock looks attractive. Atul Auto is a chart which I think on the short-term charts as well looks exceptionally strong. The stock has confirmed a huge breakout. It's almost a 3 to 4 year breakout, something which started off from 2018 odd levels for the stock of consolidation, and that's the kind of a breakout the stock has confirmed. Even the indicators and more of the trend indicator on the longer term chart has confirmed a breakout for Atul Auto. So that's the stock which I would recommend from the auto anc space.
Okay. Atul Auto is the name coming in from Kunal in the auto anc space. But on that note, we're going to slip into a very short break, viewers. Don't go anywhere, because we'll be back and we will be taking all your stock related queries after this break.
Co-powered.
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What a market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and
Welcome back, and you're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now. Before we get started with all your stock-related queries, let's bring on board Ashish. Ashish, very good morning to you, and thank you so much for joining us on Buy Now, Sell Now. Firstly, I obviously want to ask in terms of, market scenarios. What should one be doing to protect themselves as an investor? Muted markets, what should one be doing? How should they be saving themselves from anything going upside down for them?
Yes, this good question actually. So, in my view, first of all, retail investor should decide if they are becoming trader or they are long-term investor or short-term investor, because nowadays the trading is quite volatile, and the stocks which are going up one day may not go up very next day. So, if you are a day trader, I think it it will be prudent that you can maintain some stop losses and you square off your position on very next day, on same day. Another advice will be, don't try to buy too many call and puts because as market is not going anywhere, so the time value is eroding very fast in call and put. So my suggestion will be you need to take a view for maybe at least 1 to 3 months if you're a short-term investor, and always keep a stop loss, because we don't know how global markets are going to behave and that particular sector will go out of fancy, like how we have seen PSU banking stocks, which were one of the favorite in month of December. Now nobody is buying those stocks. This is my advice for retail investors.
That's a note coming in from Ashish, and what should retail investors do to make sure to keep their wealth protected, given the fact that we are seeing a very volatile market situation right now. But let's get started with all the stock-related queries. Then remember, viewers, this is a show where we get you answers for all of your stock-related queries. So do write into us. We are live on YouTube, Facebook, as well as on Twitter. And if you're watching us on the television screen, then do connect to us via the WhatsApp number that's flashing on the top of your screen. Mention your name, the stock name that you're looking to invest in, and if you've already invested, to mention the buy price as well as the quantity that you are holding of that particular counter and the time horizon. That will help our experts help you better. We have our experts today, Kunal Bothra as well as Ashish Maheshwari, and let me get going with the first one. And this one is coming in from Muthu Palani, and he has shares of Rainbow Medicare at an average price of around 612 rupees per share. Ashish, coming to you, he wants to know whether it makes sense to continue to accumulate this for a longer period of time.
See, post-listing, we have seen good gains in as far as Rainbow Healthcare is concerned. But now almost all these stocks are into very narrow range or some profit taking we have seen. So my suggestion will be whatever the pharma and medical related stocks are there to exit, because I'm not expecting the kind of exponential growth which was seen in 2020 or 21 will remain in this particular stocks. Instead of this, you need to look at more IT related options, because now US markets are recovering. So a lot of traction and demand is there in IT stocks. So you need to look at stocks like Zen Technology, which is at 250 rupees. And I'm expecting this stock has a potential to touch even 350 to 400 in next 1 year time. So sell Rainbow and buy Zentech will be a better choice.
All right, let me take the next query then, and this is coming in from Swayam. But before that, a quick note for all of our viewers who are trying to connect to us via a WhatsApp call or call on the number that was flashing on the top of the screen. We will not be able to answer your call, so please do write into us. That will help us help you better and faster as well. This one is coming from Swayam, and Kunal, this one is for you. He's booked good profits on Escorts Kubota 2120 call option. He wanted your view now on GNFC 560 call option, 4.35 is the price and 10 lots.
It looks attractive. I think that's a stock which I've been tracking throughout the day. In fact, start of the day, GNFC and of course a non-FNO stock, GSFC. Both of the stocks are looking attractive. GNFC, in fact, has broken past about 50-day moving average today, about the 555 mark or 557 level. So I think that's also one of the key triggers for the stock, which could probably propel the momentum. So you can look to go ahead with the trade.
Okay. The next query we have is coming in from Richa, and this one is on KPIT Tech. She is holding KPIT at 624 rupees. Could she add for a long term some more shares at the current level? Ashish, this one is for you.
I think this is a stock which has potential to go in 4 digits very soon. Only thing is that we have seen a sharp run up in this stock, so some profit taking is happening here. But fundamentally, it's very good company. Whatever profit was there in previous year, they have earned more than that in last 3 quarters itself. So this is a stock I think which will be a front runner for mid cap IT stock really. It's always advisable to buy this stock at 800 to 820 range. And as you are already holding this stock, I think you can remain invested and wait for 1,000 rupee mark.
Okay, this one is coming in from Amarjeet. Actually, before Amarjeet, I have a other one. Okay, this one is from Santi. APL Limited holding about 56 shares at a price of around 695 from a long time. The stock price is in a down bear trend in the last few months, Kunal. Does it make sense to continue to hold on to this or shift to Cipla instead, given the fact that Cipla is seeing a sharp correction today?
Well, I would not suggest Cipla, but I think possibly DV Slab and Dr. Reddy could be better options. So I think it makes sense to do that switch, but I think switching to DV Slab or Dr. Reddy could be a better option.
Okay, let me come to you for the next query, Ashish, and this one is from Satya, and this one is on, okay, sorry, Kunal, this one is from you. Gold GM International, what is your view on this one, and what should be one's exit strategy? They've not mentioned in terms of the buy price or anything yet.
So you can hold on to the stock as of now. I think the volumes have changed dramatically for Goldium in the last 5-6 weeks. I think the stock has also recovered from 120 odd levels to 150-55. That's the base which has been upped for the stock. So it's a chart which looks attractive. There is also a golden crossover which has happened for the stock. I think on the back of all of this, you should look to hold on.
Okay, the next one is coming from Sri Kutan. He's holding Sonata Software at the price of around 594 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should exit the stock at the level. His view is for short to medium term, and also can we expect more upside for the stock? Actually, let me take this query to you, Ashish. What's your view coming in on Sonata Software? And do you think someone who's already holding onto this counter makes sense to exit because the buy price is 594 rupees per share?
No, I don't think so. It will be prudent to exit at this price point. Like company is doing pretty good. We have seen very robust, sales growth in their numbers as far as top line is concerned from September to December quarter, and I'm expecting same momentum will continue here. Stock, this is one of only IT stock today which is a 52-week high. And in my view, their stock is getting re-rated after their last quarterly numbers. So just remain invested here. Even this has potential to touch 850 to 900 mark, and that too very soon.
Okay, Kunal, I'm going to come to you because Upendra Rao wants to know what's a price that one should look at buying Phenotex chemicals for a short term or long term if they're looking at it.
Apologies, don't track the stock, so won't be able to offer any comment.
Ashish, what's your view on Phenotex chemical then?
No, actually, I'm not that bullish as far as the chemical stocks are concerned, because again, there's price correction in whatever the chemicals these niche chemical companies or specialty chemical companies were making. Second, year over year, you will see decline in profit. Even in this quarter, we have seen that trend. In March also, we are going to witness same trend. So my suggestion is not to buy Phenotex chemical.
All right. This next one is coming in from Prakash. He's writing to us from Chennai, and his query is on Philatex Fashions. He's holding about 5,000 shares at a price of 25 rupees per share. He can hold this for the long term, Ashish. Do you think it makes sense?
Philatex Fashion again in a market where none of other even textile stocks are doing good. I'm not expecting any firework coming from Philatex also. So because again, the problem is the export market is quite subdued for textile companies. So there's a lot of pressure as far as their domestic markets are concerned, or their top line also to maintain those companies which are into exports. So my suggestion will be not to buy Philatex India. Even if you want to buy any textile stock, my first bet will be Gokuldas Exports after this correction, which we have seen in Gokuldas of late.
Okay. Moving on to the next query, and this one is from Sheikh Abdullah, and this one is on Tata Steel, Kunal. Can one look to buy Tata Steel at 112 rupees? looking to add actually. They said they want to accumulate, add more. So they've not given the previous buy price, but at 112, how is it looking to you, Tata Steel?
Well, in fact, over the last maybe 1 year or so, Tata Steel has lost its mojo somehow as compared to the other larger cap names like JSW Steel or even the mid cap names like Jindal Steel, etc. So this could probably be a phase for Tata Steel. Now it's very difficult to anticipate that when would the outperformance come back for Tata Steel. Yes, the stock has not corrected. Even in the spate of the negative news flow, the stock has shown in the last couple of quarters. But then the stock is also not getting into a big bounce back or a major recovery for itself. So it could be a good stock where you can look to buy. The timing may be apt, but then the holding period may probably need to extend it from say 3 to 6 months to maybe 1 year plus. If you're okay with that, then I think it makes sense to add on to Tata Steel.
All right, this one is coming in from Tapas Chandra. He's writing to us from Shivpur, Howrah, and he is asking about Ashish. He's actually quoted you saying that as per your recommendations, he's looked at Lloyd Steels at around 23 rupees per share. He has about 100 shares of this particular counter, but he wants to know what sort of target should he look at for the next 6 months. Will you be able to help for a target for the next 6 months, or should I take this to Kunal? Ashish?
Yeah, I think like though you have bought the stock at 23 rupees, but and stock is at 19. This Lloyd Steel, I'm sure he's talking about, which is 23
Lloyd's
rupees.
Metals. Is Lloyd Steel.
Metal is, yeah, Lloyd Steel, because there's 280 rupees. So Lloyd Steel is again a company which is not into primarily steel making. They are into EPC and fabrication business for a wide range of industries, and we have seen excellent quarterly set of numbers from Lloyd Steel in this quarter also. So fundamentally nothing wrong. Only thing is we have seen a wider correction in other small cap and mid caps. So some profit taking has happened here. But 19 is in my view a base here. So you can safely average Lloyd Steel at 19 rupees.
Kunal, this next query we have is coming in from Amarjeet, and this one is on JCT Limited. They have 12,000 shares. I think it's a very small share. I don't know whether you actually track it or no, but they're making a big loss. If you have any view on this one.
Yeah, I think we should look to exit these kind of names. We typically don't track these kind of stocks. They form into the penny group, so would avoid investing as well as trading into these names. And it makes sense to not invest into these kind of stocks and put your money back into the larger cap names.
Yes, that's a very pertinent point. Avoid investing in penny stocks just to make quick bucks. Instead, look to deploy that cash on quality names for better and sound returns and to avoid uncertainty for your own portfolio. Next query is coming in from Abhimanyu Kohli. He's writing to us from New Delhi, Kunal, and he has about 2,500 shares of IDFC First Bank purchased at 58 rupees per share. He wants to know whether he should hold on to it or look to sell, and if sell, then should he look at Pidilite instead?
I think IDFC First Bank itself is a good stock to hold on to. Yes, the stock seems to have been going into a consolidation, but then that's how the market has been for the banking index as such. Not too many large cap names, even the mid cap private sector as well as the PSU stocks have performed in the last couple of months. That's a phase of the market. IDFC First Bank, the chart prospects are extremely strong and attractive. I think you should look to hold on to the stock itself.
Okay, on that note, we're going to slip into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We will be continuing with your stock-related queries even after this break.
देखो 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 Global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Motor market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now Sell Now on ET Now, and the next query is coming from Pratisha. She's writing to us from Muscat, Oman. And Kunal, this one is for you. 1 or 2 defense names that she can look at right now, and also a good buy price.
So I think HAL is a stock which you should look to, look at the first stock from the defense pack. I think it's a formidable name, has been looking very attractive. Recently, the stock has also given a sort of a bounce back as well as a strong recovery. So that's one stock which you can look out for. From the non-FNO space, and a stock which again has done exceptionally well in the last 2-3 years has been Bharat Dynamics. That's a stock which has rallied up from I think 200 to 25 to almost at 850, 900 plus where the stock is trading right now. So again, a stock which has done reasonably well. The reason why both these stocks are now looking attractive is because both these stocks seems to have come back to their 200 moving average. So for the first phase of mean reversion seems to be over, and I think that's where you should look to concentrate on.
Ashish Manish Raju is holding Medanta for 40 shares, and this is since IPO now. stock is hitting new highs every day. What should they be doing with it? Should they continue to hold it? How are you looking at Medanta?
Yes, in my view, you can continue to remain invested because this is one of the strongest, if you ask me, bet in healthcare segment. And we have seen almost from 340 odd levels, the stock is continuously getting accumulated by domestic funds as well as foreign funds because this is a stock where there's no reliance, particularly or dependence upon COVID-related theme. So they are mostly in the heart surgery and all where market is doing pretty well. So in my view, you can continue to remain invested. Valuations are still attractive compared to Apollo Healthcare or like other peer set. So my suggestion is hold.
Okay, this one is coming in from Bala. He's writing to us from Chennai. And Kunal, he has Aarti Industries and he's saying that he's seeing a loss of approximately 25%. So now he wants to know whether he should look to average or instead look to exit it at a loss.
No, I think you can look to average. Now it depends on how keen you are holding onto the stock from a medium-term perspective. I think the indicators have come back into an oversold territory. So I think at 540 odd levels, it's a good zone where you should look to average.
Okay. Ashish, Deepak has a query and this one is coming in from San Diego and he wants to know, can you actually advise him which is a good time to buy a Tube Investments and EID Parry for the next 2 to 3 years and what's your target price that you would be keeping for these two then?
Okay, Tube Investment, if I see this stock is into range of 2300 to 2600 for quite some time. And this is a slow and steady kind of play. We have seen even high of 3000 rupees in this stock and after that some correction has happened. So fundamentally EID as well as Tube Investment both are very strong companies and they will continue to do well in my view. So the right price point maybe 2200 for Tube Investment and EID Parry you can always start accumulating at any fall, but 500 will be again a good price in my view to enter into EID Parry. Only thing is they are slow and steady mover compared to other peer set or other stocks. So you need to hold it with patience, but it will give you good dividend yield at the same time. Capital will be also protected.
Okay, the next one is coming from Mudit. He's writing to us from Bareilly, Kunal. 500 shares of Easy Trip at a price of 59 rupees per share. He wants to know what sort of a target should he aim at for the next 1 year?
See, ideally, I would not recommend to invest into such kind of names because of the fact that when the price recovery and the uptrend is very swift, there is always a chance that the correction which happens into these so-called high beta stocks, also happens to be very sharp. So ideally, you should stay aloof from these kind of names. But since you have invested at higher levels, I would suggest possibly that if the stock comes back towards 45 mark, this was the previous swing low the stock had made in the month of December, January. So that is a major support. Closer to that level is where you should look to average.
Ashish, the next query we have is coming in from Rajesh from Indore and this one is on Archean Chemicals. They are holding it since the IPO. Now, in the medium term, short to medium term is the view they want. Whether it makes sense to actually hold this stock or add more, what should they be doing or should they just look to exit this now?
See, as I told you, I'm not very bullish as far as chemical stocks are concerned. So my session will be to exit from this stock because the stock won't go anywhere and it will take a necessary test of your patience. So, but at the same time, if you want to remain in almost similar sector, so my session will be Naveen Fluorine as well as SRF can be a better bet because they're the kind of market share they cover. At the same time, the kind of numbers they are reporting, I think both you can pick anyone out of both and invest there, which will give you better return compared to mid-cap stock.
Okay, the next one is coming from Sudhir. He's writing to us from Kochi and Kunal, he wants to know whether he can start buying CDSL and Fine Organics right now, either one of them.
Yeah, CDSL you can look to buy, even Fine Organics. I think both these stocks seems to have confirmed a short to medium term bottom over here. Now that would probably mean that the risk reward to enter the stocks at current levels would be attractive. Whether these stocks go up in the next 3 to 6 months, that's very difficult to anticipate. But then when the stock gets into a strong risk reward zone, that's a point where we look to buy or average the stock price, and then we wait out for the cycle to turn for the stock, and that's where short-term to positional traders, they tend to get good returns. So I think both these stocks have come back to that kind of a territory, Fine Organics as well as CDSL. You may look to acquire them.
Ashish, Nino is holding 100 shares of TechM at 1,290 rupees per share. For the long term, how do you compare TechM with larger peers? What is the fundamental looking like for this company? Should they continue to hold this?
Yeah, continue to hold this. In fact, you can average this at 1150 levels because the kind of momentum we have seen in Tech Mahindra in last 10-15 days, it is getting accumulated in the stronger hands. And I think the worst is over, and market will be now concentrating more on their deal pipeline, which is almost $800 million deals which they are working on. So my suggestion will be to buy Tech Mahindra, and this is a stock which has not done that well compared to peer set. So valuation wise, it is more attractive compared to Infosys or TCS or even HCL Tech.
All right, next query. Let me take this one from Ashwin. He's writing to us from Hyderabad, and Kunal, he's asked this question particularly to you. He wants to know, are you still screaming from a rooftop for a fresh buy in ITC, or should one wait till it comes to around 328 to 330 levels? And also, where do you think ITC is going from here on, given the fact that it has scaled new highs all the time? I believe we spoke about ITC last week itself, isn't it?
Yeah, we spoke about ITC, and I think from the neighbor's rooftop, I've moved on to my rooftop. So yes, I would still be, it will still be a screaming buy for ITC. But then, what matters is the size at which you acquire the stock when it goes into a breakout mode. Now, when the stock was at an initial level of a breakout, which, we spotted at those 220-25 mark for ITC, that was a time where we, generally advised to take higher position size. Now at 385 level, where the stock is already discovered as such, and many traders have already, started to park money to this name, the momentum would slow down significantly. So the expected returns would still be on the higher side, but the time taken to reach those levels may probably be extended. So in these kind of time span, you have to reduce your position size by a good margin, since you are looking to start investing at current levels. So use advantage of corrections, try and take advantage of corrections, and you may start looking at entering the stocks in phases from current levels.
Okay. Ashish, next query we have is from Sagar, and this one is on Cera Sanitary Ware. They're holding it for from the last decade since levels of 150. How do you see the sanitary ware segment actually shaping up in terms of performance? And what is your guidance for the next 2 years also over here? Do you see more growth coming in?
I think this is a blue chip stock as far as sanitary are concerned, and my congratulations to you if you are holding this stock from those levels and is still sitting on it. So my suggestion will be to remain invested because allied sector, which are to real estate, will continue to do well. So Cera is one of the leader here on a small equity base with good institutional holding. This is a stock which will continue to outperform is the other listed PSH. So my suggestion will be to remain invested. My target for stock is 8,000 by year end.
Okay. Kunal, the next query we have is coming in from ML Money, and this one is they want to know actually the entry price for Bajaj Finance if they want to hold only for a period of 6 months.
So you can start entering at current levels. I think the stock is confirming or just about on the verge of confirming a breakout of its 200 DMA. The recent recovery has been more than 10% for Bajaj Finance and Finserv. Both these stocks are looking attractive, and I think at current levels, you should look to start entering the stock, even if you have a time span of 6 months.
Ashish, Muthu Palani wants your view on Rainbow Medicare. They bought it at an average price of 612 rupees. What should they be doing for a long term? Can they look to accumulate more now?
So, as in initial theory, also I mentioned Rainbow Health Children Care is now whatever the euphoria was there is now getting over now in this stock. So instead of this, I'll suggest you shift to global healthcare, which can give you better returns and this year.
Okay, Kunal, the next query is on Cipla. This one is from Chandan. They bought Cipla today, and currently it's down. What is the target price for the next 2-3 months?
Yeah, I think the stock was down on the back of some news flow which had happened for itself. I would expect the stock to remain into a downward trend for itself, at least maybe over the next 1 month or so. So the correction which the stock has shown today, almost 5%, 6%, that could get replicated on the downside. Maybe the stock can come back towards 900 odd levels. That could be a point where this correction may probably abate and the stock may get into a good support zone. So if you're looking to average or add, 900 approximately could be a zone where you may look to add.
Okay. On that note, we're going to sip into a very short break. Viewers, don't go anywhere. We'll be back with more stock-related queries from you.
Great news.
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. Broader market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now.
Welcome back. You're watching Buy Now, Sell Now on ET Now, and let's get going with your queries then, or rather continue taking your queries. This one is coming from Srinivasan. He's writing to us from Tumkur, and Havells is the stock that he has, Kunal. 27 shares at a price of 1,222 rupees per share. Wants to know what sort of a target can he eye for this one. He's not given a time horizon though.
So it's a stock which has a lot of potential. I think Havells has recovered quite well from 1100 to now 1220 plus is where the stock is trading, over the last 1 month. So it's recovered quite well. The chart prospects are also very attractive, but it's just that the stock is taking a lot of time to, provide a breakout. I've been tracking the stock off late, quite regularly. So possibly if the next, 1 week or so, maybe start at the fresh March expiry, if the stock can break out this 1245, 1250 mark, that could be a big breakout for Havells, almost like a 100 rupee breakout. Post that is what we can spot. So I would suggest to hold as of now in the anticipation that the stock would break out pretty soon.
Okay. Ashish, this next query we have is coming in from Basavaraj, and this one is on Vishu Chemicals. They bought it at an average price of 307 rupees per share. Should they look to accumulate a bit more for the long term?
Yes, Vishnu is slightly still better chemical name compared to other stocks, and consistently they are making 30-35 crore profit every quarter, and with lower debt also. And the product they are having is having good market share into Indian market, the chemicals what they make. So my suggestion will be to remain invest in Vishnu Chemical, and I am hopeful your rate will come, but exit in the stock at 350 levels.
This one is coming from Sandeep. He's writing to us from Punjab. He has Triveni Engineering 100 shares at a price of around 299 rupees per share. Kunal, he wants to know what to do.
Well, I think you should look to hold on. Sugar stocks as such have been just going into a phase of consolidation right from the likes of Balrampur, Chini, Triveni, etc. Most of these stocks have been just consolidating. So I would recommend a hold on these names. They are trying to come back into a point where, for example, Triveni Engineering, when it comes closer to the 200-day moving average, which I think is placed at 265 mark, that's a point where the stock takes a support, bounces back, comes back towards 285, 290, and then returns back towards its 200-day moving average. So that's how you should look to trade. Closer to 200 DMA, 265 is where you should look to add or average.
Okay. Kunal, actually I'm going to come to you again, and this query is on KEI Industries. Pradeep Kumar wants to know your view on KEI Industries and the entry level.
It's a stock which has done reasonably well. Very few mid-cap names which are actually perched at a multi-month high. So is the case with KEI Industries. The 200 DMA, for example, is at 1400 levels, and the stock is significantly above those levels currently. So would suggest that you should look out for dips or corrections to buy the stock. Recently, for example, 3-4 days back, the stock had corrected towards 1550 mark, which also coincided with the 50-day moving average. Those are the kind of mean reversions where you should look to buy. So closer to 50 DMA is where you should look to enter KEI Industries.
All right, with that, let's kick start with the rapid fire then. And the first one coming in from Victor. He's writing to us from Trichy. Is it worth investing in Ashoka Buildcon for the long term? What's your take on this one, Ashish?
Yeah, for long term, I think you can invest in the stock. A fundamentally good company and can do good in long run.
Kunal, BR Bhatia wants to know restaurants brands at 120 rupees. They've bought it. What should they be doing?
I think you should look to hold on.
Okay, Kunal, Sangvi Movers 300 at the price of 300 rupees per share. Vivek has purchased. He wants to know whether he should continue to accumulate or what sort of a target should he keep an eye out on.
I think you should look to start booking out profits, so probably trailing a stop loss to almost 367 on the spot level.
Okay. Joseph from Kerala is holding Tarsans at around 720 rupees per share. Should they hold, average, sell? What's the long-term view on this, Ashish?
I think sell and switch to Sonata Software, which can give you better return.
Okay, Raghuram from Bhubaneswar has Canfin Homes 1000 shares at a price of around 510 rupees per share for the next 3 months. What should he do, Kunal?
I think you should hold on.
Ashish, TS wants your view on Titan and Kalyan. What should they be looking at? Should they be looking at these two stocks as of now?
Yes, both looks attractive to me and can be accumulated gradually.
Kunal, Ashish, Rakesh Bhatnagar has 500 shares of Tejas at a price of around 72 rupees per share. For the long term, what should be his strategy with this counter?
Yeah, I think after a long time we have seen good run up in Tejas and I advise to remain invested and exit at 650, 675 levels.
Kunal, Sachin is holding Samvardhana Motherson Sumi at 100 shares at 124. What should they be doing?
I think you should look to start averaging at current levels.
Okay, Kunal, Divya is a new investor, wants to know about Gabriel India and KPI Green. She's purchased both of them in heavy losses. Should she look to switch to other counters like GNFC, Global Health?
Yeah, GNFC could be a better bet. KPI Green is something which I believe you can still look to hold on.
Ashish, Raj has SBI at a price of 600 rupees for the long term. What should they be doing? Can they accumulate or exit?
In my view, exit is better advice because PSUs are not doing that great. So instead of this, shift to some private sector banking stocks like ICICI or Axis Bank.
All right, and with that, we come to the end of the rapid fire as well as the queries. Thank you so much, Kunal, as well as Ashish, for joining us on the show and resolving all of our viewer queries. And viewers, if we have not been able to take your queries, please don't be disheartened. It's just Monday. We have the rest of the week, so do write into us, and we'll be back tomorrow. So it's a goodbye from Vinny, myself, and the team that put the show together.
Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What market's really stealing the show?
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days. What market's really stealing the show?
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart your mornings with Nikunj Dalmia, India's most experienced market anchor.
Banking space per se is in a sweet spot.
And power up your portfolio with top trading ideas.
It's been 1,000 points in just the 9 days.
Order market's really stealing the show.
We bring you money-making ideas from our seasoned market experts.
Should remain to a range.
Expecting a move towards 150 in the short term. They are actually going to make profit.
And analysis from a top-notch research team. The biggest voices from top honchos of India Inc. share their views, and global market gurus predict the trends which impacts your investment decisions. Get exclusive stories which can move your stocks every day at 9:05 a.m. Catch the market every trading day only on ET Now. Kickstart.
Another day of listless trade as the Nifty stays extremely flat around the 18,000 mark as we kick off the expiry week. The market will look towards key US economic data and Fed minutes later this week.
Supply is down and out today. This is after Pithampur plant receives 8 observation. Plant produces or likely the application of generic adware, which contributes 5 to 6% to the overall EPS. Remember, company's Goa plant is also under warning letter.
M&A action heats up in the auto ancillary space just days after Minda Corp acquired stake in Pritcol. Samvardhana Motherson arm acquires SAS Auto System for about 540 million euros. The company expects annual revenue to grow by 1 billion euros over the next 3 years. Lumax Auto also surges after it says it will acquire majority stake in IAC Group's India business.
United Breweries Limited is in focus. This is as the CEO Rishi resigns in less than 3 years of joining the organization. The announcement comes in just weeks after company delivered a weak Q3 show.
NMDC Steel lists at the price of about 32 rupees per share, in line with analyst expectations. Remember, the government had received an in-principle nod from the BSE to list its demerged steel unit. The government holds over 60% stake in NMDC Steel.
It's a global exclusive that we are talking about. Noor Rubini believes that India is set to be one of the fastest growing economy in the world. This is on the sidelines of the ET Global Summit. The economist lauds the collaboration between policymakers and central bankers to support the economy, says India can see a 7% growth on a sustainable basis in the long run.
Hello and welcome. You're watching Markets at Noon on ET Now. I am Anisha Jain. With me is Pankaj Poddar. And Pankaj, this Monday morning, the market is not doing a lot. It started close to that 18,000 mark, but then has slid below that 17,950 mark, and bit of a listless trade. Can't really spot any trend at the moment.
Absolutely, but Adani group of stocks continue to be under the weather, so I think that's definitely one trend that you can observe in the market. And secondly, a lot of defensive names are trying to make a comeback. But as you said, for a 18,000 index, just about 10 points here and there, it's very, very difficult to get any trend. Cipla, of course, is down for reasons that we'll just discuss in a bit. Indus Tower is down about 2.5%. You have Piramal group of enterprise companies which are slightly on the lower side, and some of the cement companies are not looking that great. However, Shree Cements is up 4%, Ultratech is up 1.5%. So ABB, DVs, Bharti Airtel, classic defensive names are doing well.
Okay, classic defensive names. And also one trend last week was that the FII seems to be coming back into the market. Of course, there were a lot of block deals, etc. that also happened. But nonetheless, 7,600 crore worth of buying figure is something that provides the support, though the long short positioning is still a tad bit on the negative side. But Pankaj, talking specifically about Cipla, what's the importance of this Pithampur unit, and do we know the nature of the observations yet?
We don't know the nature of the observation, nor they have commented in their release. I think over the next 10 days, US FDA may or may not decide to make it public in terms of the Form 483. But when we talk about Cipla's Pithampur unit, it's a pretty important one. It's an inhaler unit, and Advair, which is one of their key important drugs, is filed from there, and that's why it becomes an important inspection to track. Remember,